come back again with another topic, and the topic is odd and even. Odd and even. So, let's start. The topic is odd even, odd even, odd even. The topic is odd even numbers. The topic is odd even, odd even, odd even. The topic is odd even numbers. So, there is the number row. It's given from 1 to 10. So, all of you already know about the numbers. But, then what is odd and even? Odd number, the thing or the number of things or the number of objects which we can't make into a pair, we can't divide, that will be odd. In odd number, always there will be one object left. And even numbers, always there will be pairs. And it can be shared equally between the two children. So, come on, let's start. Odd and even numbers. So, babies, first of all, I'm removing number 1. Okay, let me tell before that. See, here I used 2 colors from 1 to 10. Green and red, or red and green. So, red is for odd numbers and green is for even numbers. I will show you how to recognize odd and even. For that, first I am removing which number? 1. So, 1 will be odd number. How? Teacher is going to show you. How many apples you can see on the board? 1. How many apple? 1 apple. So, there is 2 characters, Tony and Molly. So, can I share 1 apple among them? Yes, I can share, but I have to cut it. But I'm not going to do that. The whole apple I have to share among them, which I can't do. So, how many apple for 1? 1 apple. And only Tony will get. And Molly won't get. So, Molly will be very sad. And I'm not going to share 1 apple for these 2 children. That is why the 1 apple is in the middle and I'm not going to share among them. So, 1 apple, 1 is odd. Now, I'm removing the 2 from the row, and who can tell me 2 is odd or even? 2 is even number. Now, how do we will know that 2 is odd or even? Because you can see 2 oranges are in front of you. So, Tony and Molly, are they going to get 2 oranges equally? Yes, sure. Tony got 1. Molly got 1. So, 2 is even because 2 oranges I shared equally among them. So, babies, 1 has gone, 2 also gone. Now, number 3. And number 3 is odd number because you can see how many mangoes are there? 3 mangoes. And I can't share equally among them, Tony and Molly. Tony is getting 2, Molly is getting 1. So, they are not making into a pair and they are not getting equally. So, 3 is odd. 4. 4 is even number because the 4 lollipops which Molly and Tony, they are getting equally. Tony is getting 2 lollipops and Molly is getting 2 lollipops. So, number 4 is even number. 5. And 5 is odd number because the 5 candies are there and the 5 candies I can't share among Tony and Molly equally. Either Tony will get 3 candies and Molly will get 2. So, one is getting lots, one is getting less. So, 5 is odd number and it is not making into a pair. 5 is odd. 6 is even number. How? Let me show you that. 6 cupcakes. Tony is getting 3 and Molly is getting 3 cupcakes. So, 6 cupcakes. They share equally among them. So, 6 is even number. 7. 7 is odd number because the 7 biscuit which Tony and Molly, they are not getting equally. Molly is getting 4 biscuits and Tony is getting 3 biscuits. So, Tony will be sad for that and I'm not going to share among them. So, 7 is odd number. 8 is even number because the 8 strawberries which I can share easily among these 2 children, Tony and Molly. So, Tony is getting 4 strawberries and Molly is getting 4 strawberries and they are making into a pair. So, 8 is a even number. 9. 9 is a odd number. 9 lollipops and Tony is getting 5 and Molly is getting 4. So they are not getting equally. One is getting lots, one is getting less. And they are not making into a pair. So 9 lollipops. It is odd number. 1 0 makes what number? 10. 10 is even number. So you can see 10 candies are here. Tony is getting 5 and Molly is getting 5. They are getting equally the candies. So none of them are sad. So 10 is even number. Please. I think now it's clear to you about odd and even numbers. So here I have separated for you odd numbers in left side and even numbers in right side. Here is the numbers are given from 1 to 30. So now we will read out. Come on, say along with me. 1 3. And when we will say, I always prefer to say the number 2 together. If you make it separately, it will be difficult for you to memorize or recognize. So for to memorize, you have to apply some first method, which I always do with you, like this, 1 3. But if you say 1 3 5 7 9, it is almost going out from your memory. But when you say 2 together, it will automatically easier for you to remember. 1 3 5 7 9. 1 3 5 7 9. 11 13 11 13 15 17 19. 11 13 15 17 19. 21 23 25 27 29. 21 23 25 27 29. You can see the first row 1 3 5 7 9. it is repeated the other two lines also. See, if I cover the one, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Again the third row, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So only we added 1 in the front and the third row 2 in the front. I think it will be very easier for you to understand this way. We have done with odd numbers. Now let's come on with the even numbers. Let's start 2 together. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. If you see the first row, see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These numbers are repeating. The second row, see, look, if I covered the 1, the same numbers are repeating. 6, 6, again 8, 8, and 20, 2, 0, 0 is repeating. And the third row, again 2, 4, 6, 8, and the 0 is repeating. So only the second row 1 is added and the third row 2 is added in the front. That's how you have to do the even numbers. So babies, do you think it is very difficult subject for you? Little bit. But if you keep on practicing this way, I think it will be easier for you to understand odd and even numbers. So that's all for today. Bye-bye.